of Here and Now, the French Institute. I welcome you all to a whole new series of TEF Campus. What is TEF Campus? Curious to know? Please subscribe to Here and Now, the French Institute to know more on TEF Campus. TEF Campus is a complete and a comprehensive program designed to crack the TEF Canada Exam by obtaining a score of 7 or more in all the 4 sections of the TEF Canada Exam. In all the following videos, you get to understand more about what TEF Campus is. In this video, we're going to see in detail of what express entry is and how are we going to apply for the express entry program. Before starting, I would like to thank Mr. Praveen Parthasarathy, a proud student of Immersion Squad 8 who has created this content. I'm sure this is going to be the best guide for all of you there who would like to move to Canada. Well, the step-by-step process in the express entry application. Step number 1. You will have to take your IELTS exam and score a CLB of 9. Don't worry, if you're an English speaker, a 3 to 6 months preparation will suffice. A CLB 9 helps you to have an advantage of another extra 50 to 60 points that boost your score. And remember, if you can score a 485 plus without a CLB 9, that is fine too. The cost involved for this is between 200 and 250 Canadian dollars each time you take an IELTS exam. Step number 2, get your ECA done. ECA stands for Educational Credential Assessment. There are multiple organizations that do that for you, and WES is one of them. WES stands for World Educational Services. WES provides you with the Canadian equivalent degree assessment of your native country's education. The cost incurred is 285 Canadian dollars. The link you will find in the description box. Step number 3. To check your eligibility using the online eligibility tool, click on the link below in the description box. Step number 4. Take the TEF Canada exam and ensure you get an NCLC of 7, all the 4 modules, reading, writing, speaking, listening, to boost your score up to 62 points in your CRS. The approximate cost involved each time you take the TEF exam is 350 to 400 Canadian dollars. Step number 5. Creating a profile permits you to enter into the pool of candidates awaiting the ITA, invitation to apply. But make sure all the information provided is accurate. You will be asked to provide proofs and documents once you're selected. Step number 6. Wait for the draw to reach your score and receive the invitation afterwards. The ROI, or the round of invitation, happens once in every 3 to 4 weeks. The Canadian government declares a cutoff score for all the express entry profiles. The candidates who obtain that score or above later receive their invitation to apply. Step number 7. After the candidates receive the ITA, invitation to apply, they have a 2 months or a 60-day period to submit all the documents and proofs requested. The documents required are
scanned copy of travel document, passport of all the applicants, digital photograph as per Canadian standards of all the applicants, proof of employment of the primary applicant, proof of funds of the primary applicant, medical certificate of all the applicants, proof of education, IELTS and TEF Canada, attestation of the main applicant, police clearance certificate of all the applicants from all the countries where you have resided for 6 months or more.
Cost involved varies, like medical costs or PCC fees and notarization, etc. as per the location. Ideally, all the expenses should be covered between 300 to 350 Canadian dollars. Step number 8. It is time for you to submit your documents, pay the immigration fee and wait for the PPR, passport request for stamping. Once you submitted your documents, pay the immigration fee, now it is the duty of the Canadian immigration officers to check and verify all the documents and information provided. This usually takes 2 to 4 months depending on the type of application or the country that the candidate has resided in, and most importantly, the backlog in the immigration visa office where the application has been sent. Cost involved is 1,050 Canadian dollars per applicant. Step number 9. Once your PPR is received, submit your passport to get the Canada COPR, which is Confirmation of Permanent Residency. Once the documents are verified, the candidates are intimated about the result of the application. On successful processing of the application, the candidates are required to submit the passports of all the applicants for visa stamping and the COPR. The passports are sent by VFS Global, Visa Facilitation Services, and the stamped passports are returned to the designated addresses along with 2 copies of the COPR within 2 weeks of time. The cost involved is 30 Canadian dollars per applicant. Step number 10. Reach Canada on COPR and get your PR card. The candidates are supposed to travel within the tenure given on the passport. The tenure could be either the validity of the passport or until when the medical proof is valid, whichever is the earliest. In any case, the visa will not be more than 1 year. The applicants are supposed to plan their travel either temporary or permanent migration to Canada within the tenure of the visa. They are supposed to take 2 copies of COPR, one to be submitted at the time of landing and the second would be stamped and returned to you. Submitting the COPR means the candidates have successfully landed Canada, and this in turn initiates the PR card application process. Cost involved is nothing but the travel cost of every candidate. Step number 11. Receive your PR card. The official PR card processing time is between 2 to 3 months. The PR would be couriered to the address given by the candidate at the time of landing. Please remember, the address should be a Canadian address. And in case you performed a soft landing or a temporary migration just to fulfill the landing formalities before the visa expires, you could ask your friend or family to bring along your PR to the native country. The PR cards are never couriered outside of Canada, and it has to be absolutely delivered in person in such scenarios. Step number 12. You are a Canadian PR. Once you receive the PR, you are an official Canadian permanent resident. The PR comes with a 5-year validity. The candidate is supposed to live for 730 days in a consecutive 5-year period, so that he gets another extension of 5 years on the expiry of the PR. But in case the candidate has lived for 1,095 days in the consecutive 5 years, then he or she is eligible to apply for the citizenship. Well, here I am to the end of the 12-step Canadian immigration process. I wish you all the best, and please subscribe to Here and Now the French Institute. Keep following us to know more about the TEF Compass, your key to Canadian PR. Au revoir and have a great day.